Archangel Michael says, there is a powerful energy stirring around you right now, and someone who once ignored you is beginning to awaken to a shocking realization. They are starting to see that the version of you they built in their mind was far from the truth. You have always walked in quiet strength, and now your silence has become too loud for them to ignore. In the past, they overlooked you, thinking you were ordinary, predictable, someone they could figure out in a glance. But now, their mind races as they recall each interaction, each word you spoke, and how deeply it stayed with them. You've changed, yes, but more than that, you've revealed a truth that was hidden inside you all along. Their heart is confused because what they're seeing now doesn't match who they believed you were. The glow in your presence, the confidence in your steps, and the depth in your silence is haunting them gently but surely. They find themselves replaying the smallest memories with you, trying to find clues to what they missed. They told themselves you were nothing special. But now, they're embarrassed by that lie. Because you are becoming unforgettable in a way they never saw coming. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They see the glow in your presence, and it's not something you borrowed, it's something that was always yours, waiting for the right moment to rise. You are no longer standing in the shadow of their misunderstanding. Now you're the light that blinds them when they try to look away. Your energy has shifted. It's the kind of shift that even those who pretend not to care can feel. It disrupts the air when you walk into the room, even when they won't admit it out loud. They find themselves missing things they never gave value to. The way you looked at them without judgment. The kindness in your words when they least deserved it. The way you made them feel seen in their lowest moments. Archangel Michael says, now their pride is battling with their guilt. They want to reach out, but they don't know if they're even worthy anymore. They're watching from afar, hoping the universe gives them one more chance to fix what they carelessly broke. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They scroll through your photos secretly. They listen to songs that remind them of you. They try to act unbothered, but their chest tightens every time your name comes up. This person used to think they had the upper hand. That you were easy to forget, easy to replace. But no replacement feels right anymore, no energy feels as calm and as intense as yours. You gave them grace. You gave them a version of love they had never earned. And even though they didn't understand it back then, they crave it now. They are finally realizing that the connection they had with you was something sacred. And the more they deny it, the more it follows them in dreams, in songs, in random conversations. Type Amen to get blessing 535. They keep their distance because they're scared. Not of you, but of what they lost. They're afraid that maybe this time, you won't open the door again. You are not the same person who used to beg for crumbs of attention. You're walking in your power now, and they can feel it. It's magnetic, it's overwhelming, and it's deeply humbling. Every compliment they hear about you stings. Not because you don't deserve it, but because they never gave it when it mattered. Now, strangers are noticing what they ignored, and it burns deep. Your glow-up isn't just about looks or success. It's about energy. You radiate peace, growth, mystery, and that terrifies anyone who once knew a more silent version of you. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They're beginning to suspect that maybe, just maybe, you were the blessing they were supposed to protect, but didn't. Now, they're watching that blessing rise above everything they once dismissed. They want to come forward, but something holds them back. The fear of rejection. The knowledge that you may not even look at them the same way anymore. They notice how your smile has changed. It's softer, more distant, and it no longer looks like it was meant for them. That realization cuts them deeper than they expected. Archangel Michael says, "You are not cold, you are healed. You are not bitter, you are wiser." And that truth echoes louder than anything you could ever say to them directly. Type Amen to get blessing 606. This person is finally noticing that you were never desperate, you were simply devoted. But now that your devotion is gone, they feel the absence like a thunderstorm that won't pass. They remember your voice. How you made them feel safe. How you made chaos feel calm. Now, without your presence, everything feels a little more chaotic. They wonder who you're talking to now. Who's lucky enough to experience the version of you that has grown, evolved, and glows with purpose. And that wonder is slowly turning into jealousy. You see, the energy you now hold cannot be faked. It is divine. It is wrapped in protection and elevated by unseen forces that walk beside you. Type Amen to get blessing 919. The person who once overlooked you is now the one losing sleep. The tables have turned. The silent one has become unforgettable. They think about reaching out, writing a long message, maybe even showing up, but they don't know if it would mean anything to you anymore. That fear is louder than their desire. What they didn't realize is that while they were unsure, the universe was watching. And the universe has now built a barrier that protects your peace from their confusion. You are moving forward with blessings that they were never meant to hold. And that realization breaks them a little more each day. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Your glow is not temporary. It is permanent. It is the result of deep healing, inner peace, and divine favor. This is your time now. Not for revenge, not for explanations, but for elevation. You've graduated from needing validation from those who couldn't even see you. Their silence is no longer your punishment, it's their prison. And every time they stay quiet, they lose another piece of you they'll never get back. You were patient. You waited, you loved, you forgave. But now you're walking into a version of yourself that refuses to accept half-effort from anyone. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They thought they had time. They thought you'd always be there. But now your absence is louder than your presence ever was. Now, others are drawn to you. They see your light. They feel your calm. They admire your depth. And the one who once had access to you can only observe and regret. You no longer have to speak to prove anything. Your energy speaks for you. It walks ahead of you, protects you, and clears the room of those who aren't aligned. This is your moment. The curtain has lifted. Your aura is changing the atmosphere. Type Amen to get blessing 717. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "You are protected from those who once misjudged you. And you are being pushed into circles that honor your light, your voice, your soul. The person who overlooked you is being haunted by their choices. Not because they're evil, but because they were blind. And now, the truth is forcing them to see. They are finally noticing who you are. But the you they now see is no longer waiting. You are ascending, and the gate they left open is now closed by destiny. They will talk about you. They will remember you. And they will feel the distance they created every single day. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your story is not about revenge, it's about rise. Your journey is not about proving anyone wrong, it's about showing up for yourself fully. Let them notice. Let them regret. Let them watch. But do not shrink. Do not pause your growth for anyone who could not see your worth when it mattered most. You are now a force. You are now the one they speak about with longing. And they'll never again have the version of you they once mishandled. Keep glowing. Keep rising. You are the proof that silence holds power, that kindness holds strength, and that what was once hidden will always come to light. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. They thought they understood your soul with surface-level glances. But they were wrong. What they missed was the ocean beneath your calm, the fire beneath your silence, the strength wrapped in your gentleness. Now, their memories are becoming a burden. They didn't treat you with the care your spirit deserved. And now, every remembrance reminds them of what they failed to see. You are not chasing anyone anymore. Not because you don't care, but because you've finally recognized your own worth. You've stepped into alignment, and your light is too pure for chaotic energy. The moment they realized your absence, their world began to shift. Their surroundings lost color. Their peace turned into noise. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. They hoped time would make them forget. But time only made them remember more. Each passing day deepened the void they created. You have become an echo in their life, an echo that never fades. An energy that cannot be replaced. A light that continues to shine even when they close their eyes. Now they notice your growth, but they're not part of the reason it happened. They see you in conversations, in pictures, in spaces where you no longer exist physically, but your essence lingers. They are finally noticing you were never what they assumed. You were never weak, never needy, never ordinary. You were just holding back until your wings were ready. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. They remember how your energy shifted when you began to detach. It wasn't loud, it wasn't aggressive, it was still, powerful, and unforgettable. You stopped fighting to be understood. Now they want to understand what they once ignored. They want to uncover the layers they never took the time to explore. But the lock has changed, and the key no longer fits. You're not angry. You're just done. Done explaining, done waiting, done lowering your frequency for people who didn't value it. Archangel Michael says, the universe has pulled you away from those who didn't deserve you, not to punish them, but to protect your peace. What they lost, they will never reclaim. Type Amen to get blessing 8484. This person is finally seeing you for what you've always been, rare, divine, and purposeful. But your purpose no longer includes them. They're trying to find ways to reconnect, but the version of you they knew is gone. This new version doesn't crave closure. It demands peace. They thought you needed them. Now they realize it was the other way around. You were the light they basked in without ever acknowledging the source. And now the light has moved on. And they are learning how dark the world feels without you in it. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. You didn't need to prove anything. Your transformation proved everything. Your silence spoke louder than any goodbye. They wonder what you're thinking now. But the truth is, you're not. Because your mind is no longer trapped in past energy. You've set yourself free. Now you're being noticed by people who see. Recognize your spirit without trying to control it. People who are drawn to your light, not your wounds. They used to think you were replaceable. But the more they try, the more they realize, you were the original. You were the rare alignment they were blessed with and failed to protect. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Your blessings are arriving quickly now. And they're not delayed for the ones who missed your value. They're arriving for you, unapologetically and abundantly. The person who ignored you will soon hear about your rise. Your name will appear in places they never expected. And it will humble them deeply. You're not looking back anymore. Your feet are planted in purpose. Your heart is full of gratitude, not grief. Your glow is no longer meant to be shared with those who dimmed it. It is meant to shine where it is celebrated, where it is nurtured, where it can continue to rise. Type Amen to get blessing 6767. They once had your time. Your attention. Your energy. But now, the universe has redirected all of it to your destiny. Archangel Michael says, this is divine intervention. This is spiritual evolution. The loss they feel is not just your absence, it is the presence of consequences. You are in a season of recognition. But not for them, for you. You are recognizing your own power, and it is sacred. What they feel now is a mirror. Not of your absence, but of their reflection. They finally see that they were blind, and that blindness cost them someone unforgettable. Type Amen to get blessing 9090. They want to hear your voice one more time. Not to argue. Not to explain. But just to feel that energy again. But your energy is no longer available for confusion. You've reclaimed it for your healing, your peace, your joy. Now they notice you in silence. In songs. In moments that are too quiet to ignore. Because your soul left an imprint they cannot erase. This person is learning that absence doesn't always mean forgetfulness. Sometimes it means freedom. And you, my dear, have found yours. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. You are no longer emotionally available for temporary people. You've become the permanent lesson they'll carry for a lifetime. They finally understand that loyalty like yours is rare. That love like yours doesn't come twice. That the heart you gave cannot be borrowed again. You were the calm in their chaos. The clarity in their confusion. The light in their darkest hour. And now, you are the storm of realization they cannot outrun. You are the silence they hear loudest. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Your presence was a gift. A miracle. And now that it's gone, they are searching for signs that they might get it back. But what was once free now has a price. And that price is truth. And the truth is, they chose wrong. Now your back is turned. Not in anger, but in evolution. You've walked away from who they thought you were and stepped into who you really are. Archangel Michael says, they finally see you. But they will never again stand beside you. Because some awakenings come too late. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. You are not bitter. You are better. You are not cold. You are covered. Your destiny does not need apologies, it needs actions. And you're choosing to act for yourself now. Let them talk. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Because while they do, you will be building, rising, glowing, thriving. You are not just someone they once knew. You are the miracle they fumbled. The lesson that forever changed them. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. You are being aligned with people who pray for you. Who honor your presence. Who don't need reminders to cherish your soul. What's ahead for you is a life filled with clarity, protection, and abundance. No more confusion. No more begging. No more proving. You are being seen by those who matter. And forgotten by those who never deserved you. This is your season of becoming. The gates are open. The light is shining. And nothing from your past can dim it now. Type Amen to get blessing 44444. They tried to forget you, but you've become unforgettable. You exist in places they didn't expect, on screens, in voices, in dreams they can't control. And now they know, no matter how far you've gone, the impact you left is permanent. You were once within reach, and they didn't reach. Now you're a memory that teaches them the cost of carelessness. A reminder that divine souls don't stay where they're dishonored. They underestimated how much you would grow once you stopped seeking approval. Now, they see a version of you they can't approach because it intimidates their insecurities. The strength in your silence has spoken louder than their loudest words. Every moment they spend trying to move forward without closure is another reminder that you were the only one who brought real peace. Now they understand you weren't quiet because you were weak, you were quiet because you were deep. And not everyone is built to swim where there's depth. Type Amen to get blessing 7878. They kept you waiting, thinking you'd always stay. But while they hesitated, you evolved. You turned their silence into your sanctuary and their absence into your transformation. They regret the day they made you feel small. Because now you stand tall, wrapped in divine confidence and unstoppable grace. You're no longer within reach, not emotionally, not spiritually, not even energetically. They ask mutual friends about you, trying to piece together what you've become. They pretend they don't care, but they never miss a post, never ignore your name. Because now your name carries weight they once refused to acknowledge. Archangel Michael says, you are now divinely hidden from those who once tried to manipulate your heart. They can look, but they cannot access you. This is divine protection, not punishment. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. You are now surrounded by favor. Everything they thought you couldn't do, you've already done or are about to. And it's happening in front of their silent eyes. You are not here to explain your glow. You are here to honor the journey that caused it. Let them wrestle with what they lost. You have healing to celebrate. They're beginning to realize they broke something they couldn't rebuild. That the connection they once saw as temporary was actually sacred. They were blind when the light was with them, and now they must walk in the dark. You've stepped into a life of deeper awareness. Your energy is no longer scattered, it is focused, grounded, and powerful. They can't figure you out because you no longer exist in the version they left behind. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. This person is finally understanding what it means to lose someone who prayed for them. Someone who poured pure love into them. And they may never receive that kind of love again. You were rare. Still are. But now, you're reserved for those who won't take your love for granted. The days of pleading for attention are gone. You have stepped into divine purpose. And nothing from the past can survive the frequency you're on now. Let them feel the shift. It's their awakening, not yours. They feel something missing, and it's you. But the version of you they're missing isn't coming back. That version evolved into a masterpiece made from every bruise they left behind. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. You don't speak badly of them. You don't throw blame. But your glow says everything your silence chooses not to. They lost access to your heart, your presence, your spirit. And now the void screams louder than any words they ever said. Their regret is not just emotional, it's spiritual. They once had a front row seat to your softness, and they mistook it for weakness. Now they watch from the sidelines as others celebrate what they couldn't handle. And it hurts in places they didn't know existed. Archangel Michael says, they've been warned. They had time. They had space. They had you. Now all they have is memory. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. You didn't become cold, you became selective. You didn't lose love, you redirected it inward. Now the most powerful relationship you have is with yourself. They thought you'd beg. They thought you'd wait. But you were never waiting, you were growing. This is the part of the story where the lesson becomes clear. You were the one they asked God for, but they weren't ready to receive. So God took you back. And now, someone else will see you and value you with the eyes they never had. Someone else will hold you like the treasure you are. While they'll sit wondering how they ever let something so rare slip away. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Your spirit has ascended to a place where their voice can no longer reach. And that silence? That silence is sacred. It's a sign that heaven has elevated you. Now they remember every time you stayed quiet during a fight, not because you were wrong, but because you didn't want to hurt them. They remember how you smiled through pain, just to protect their peace. They remember, and it burns. You were their calm, their peace, their answer. And now that they've walked away, all they hear is noise. Every replacement feels hollow because no one holds what you carried. Let them feel it. Let them notice. You are not here to soothe their ego, you're here to shine. And you are shining in ways they never imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They will talk about you to others, some with pride, some with shame. But your legacy in their life is written. And it ends with a full stop, they were the one who got away.